We all long for love. We want to be accepted, to belong, to matter to someone, to feel that special connection and closeness. Love is a very powerful thing. I think it's often misunderstood. When we look through the Bible, there's three predominant types of love. When you go back into the Hebrew, Greek, Aramaic, when you read the original language, you can see what the writers actually intended when they were talking about love. So three of those words are phileo, eros, and agape. And like this friendship love, or a sense of affection, a sense of closeness, but it wasn't romantic, and it wasn't fleshly, it wasn't sensual. It was just affectionate. And that is all throughout Scripture as well. There is eros, which is sensual in nature. It was more passionate love, which is appropriate inside of biblical context, but definitely not what we're talking about today. But then we get to the word agape, and agape love is most associated with God's unfailing, compassionate love. See, agape, when it's stripped down to its core, it means charity. We might think of charity as being like a thrift store or a nonprofit or charity work. But that's not really what it means. It's talking about someone great giving to someone who maybe has nothing. It's giving when you expect nothing back in return. It is an abundance of goodness towards someone when they've done nothing to earn it or deserve it. And doesn't that really picture God's love? I know it does for me, and I appreciate understanding what God's love really means. I think too often I try to earn love, but that's not what we do. God just loves us. So what is love? In today's reading, we see that love is patient. Love is kind. It is not envious. It doesn't boast. It doesn't keep a record of wrongs. It never fails. And we all long for that type of love. We all know that we need it. And it's something that we mature into. We give that kind of love more once we know that we've received it. Remember how Jesus said, love your enemies? That's a hard thing to do. How do you do that unless you know that you've been loved like that too, that compassion has been extended to you? And so towards the end of our reading, Paul is kind of hinting at this maturity that's to come. And he says, for now we see in part. We only see a reflection as in a mirror. So it's like, this isn't clear. We don't get the full picture. But then we shall see face to face. God is going to reveal his full love to us the more we get to know him. Now I know in part, then I shall know fully, even as I am fully known. And isn't that what we so crave? To be fully known. And he does. He knows us. He knows everything about us. And now these three things remain: faith, hope, and love. But the greatest of these is love. And the greatest example of love is God himself.